Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Horror Room. I'm Travis Bruce, and today we're doing another indie horror spotlight. Today I have with us a special guest, and they have a movie that's going into production October, November-ish, weather permitting. And it's been all over Facebook, the buzz about it, and it's called Amityville Barbie, the movie. I have with us, coming from Deadsville Productions. First of all, I have the director, co-writer, stunt coordinator, Rowan James. Rowan, welcome to the Horror Room.
Ronan, yes.
Ronan.
Thank you, Travis. Appreciate it. Yes.
And next, I also have the co-owner of Deadsville Production, as well as the co-writer. I have with us Steph Infection. Steph, welcome to the Horror Room.
Thank you, Travis. Hi, everyone.
Pleasure. All right, so tell us a little bit about, I've seen the posters, I know about Barbie. Tell us about Amityville.
You love explaining it. So
yes, so
it started out as a little joke, and then it turned into a whole thing.
Yeah, so we've been producing content here for a few years together and doing the horror comedy thing and shorts, sketches, skits, stuff like that.
Music videos.
Yeah, music videos for Dickie Devil and the Deviants, and I've worked in stunts for over 20 years now. Coordinating, performing, acting, second unit directing. Before that, I went to school for filmmaking, but I just kind of fell into stunts and wound up there for a couple of decades. But as the knees start to give out, now I'm more behind the camera, and yeah, this genius idea was just born of silliness. I want to. I'm a huge fan of Sam Raimi. I'm a huge fan of Jackie Chan. I loved Buffy the Vampire Slayer growing up. I love action. I love comedy, special effects. I love practical special effects. So we wanted to do a feature, and we have a couple projects that we have brewing. We did a sitcom pilot called Deadsville Rock and Roll Mysteries last year. It's in post-production now. We shot it last year. Kane Hodder. Jason Voorhees was the voice of our puppet dog on the show, and he's the tour manager for Dickie Devil and the Deviants band, Reanimated Rock and Rollers, and Steph Infection is one of the co-stars of the show as well. Mm-hmm. And it's like Scooby-Doo meets the Ramones, shot all on blue screens here in our studio, so budget is very friendly. We're able to do it all very relatively cheaply, all in-house. And that we got rolling, and it was great shooting that, but we really want to do a feature. We've always wanted to do a feature. I've always wanted to do a feature, and we've talked about it.
And he just tells me what to do. I'm like, all right, I guess we're doing it.
Well, the thing is, it costs a lot of money. We're able to do a lot of the stuff that we do on very small budgets that we fund ourselves. We've never done crowdfunding before. We've always just come out of our own pocket to make projects. We pay people what we can, and we've done these little shorts and music videos, sketches, whatever. But a feature is a lot bigger, so we wanted to do a feature, and we're like, look, this is the year. Let's come up with something. Let's do something. And in my brain, I'm always bouncing stuff around, especially like in the bathroom.
The amount of text I get from the bathroom.
So sometimes sitting on that porcelain throne, right?
You sit on the throne and you have these ideas. The light bulbs go off. Either there or in the shower. Those are the two places where I do my best thinking. It's just the way it is. So
it's like clockwork every day. Oh, all right, here we go. More ideas.
So I also do like a live stream that I was doing every day for a while. And then it went to every other day. I still pick up stunt coordinating gigs and do work here. I have a studio that I run here for musicians and everything in just outside Philly. But
and also our horror podcast. We were constantly looking for horror films, and one of the things we laughed about is there's so many Amityville movies, and we were like, so many.
It's ridiculous.
Some of them are awful. And we were like, oh my God.
We would watch trailers and we would review. And every week there was a new Amityville something coming out. And we were like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. So idea of Amityville, it was more like, and I don't know if people necessarily get the joke yet. It's a parody. We are so parodying this and making it. I mean, it's very scary movie, not another teen movie kind of parody stuff that we're doing of when we say Amityville Barbie. We're really just parodying. We're not seriously making another Amityville movie because we put the poster out and we started getting social media. They loved it. To chat, and we had a ton of people who were like, "Oh, this looks great! This looks great!" And then we have people who are like, "No, another Amityville movie! This looks dumb!" And we're like, "It's a parody, We got
However, it's not going to be dumb because no matter what our budget is, we literally have our stunt coordinator here that has all of the equipment.
Boom.
We have special effects. We have an in-house prop maker that has everything. Like, it's going to be gory and great stunts and great fighting. And
there's a lot of stuff that we can control that budgetarily we do have in our control with this. We just need to make sure we pay our cast and crew and make sure we have good, decent actors and a talented crew. Really was the big thing. I wanted to make sure we shot it on a quality camera with a quality cinematographer. I mean, I have my own cameras, but I just want to direct. I don't want to run camera as well. I want everybody to have their job to focus on. I've been in a position where I've had to produce, direct, write, run camera, edit, pull focus, lighting. I'm doing it all.
Too much.
Right. And to really get the best out of anybody in any given position, you want to let them focus on that position. So that's what we really wanted to do with this. And again, it takes money. So that was part of the decision making behind doing crowdfunding. We never did before, never really wanted to do, but we realized this was something that people do nowadays. There's no shame in doing this. This is how projects get made. You make this project with the crowdfunding, and if it does well, then you have money off of that project to do your next project where you don't necessarily have to go back to the crowdfunding, or you go back to the crowdfunding with a reputation for delivering a solid project onto your crowdfunding.
And crowdfunding is not donations. You're actually getting a piece of it, whether you're...
That was a big part of it too. Being on Indiegogo, because we talked to a couple of people that had done crowdfunding. Matt Burns was a huge help in this.
Love Matt.
And he's done a bunch of these. So that was one of the big things that we had to make sure we were on the right platform that allowed us to do the perks, allowed us to make, very personalized and special stuff that we can offer to people. That we've done a lot of the stuff that we've seen other crowdfunders do, and then we've tried to come up with some stuff on our own that is a little different, or might be something that only we can offer, like a stunt day on set where you get to watch us do wire work all day and have lunch with the crew and cast or stuff like that. So so that was the one thing that was always going to set us apart. Me having the stunt background, I don't have to pay a stunt coordinator, which will take up a big chunk of budget if you really want good stunts. So I can coordinate it all myself. I can just bring in my stunt guys who are good stunt guys and pay them to do a good job. And then we have really good stunts.
I'm not paying you.
I'm not even paying me. I'm not even paying. Everybody's going to get paid before me on this one. Hopefully I'll be coordinating some other things so I'll be able to keep my bills.
Don't even think about invoicing. I do our taxes. I'm not paying you.
By the way, everyone, down in the description is the link to the Indiegogo. By the way, the Horror Room, as I always do, will be donating towards your.
Thank you.
So definitely support.
Appreciate that.
Now, the character Barbie. I mean, it's an iconic character. We had the Barbie movie that made billions of dollars. That came out last year, the year before.
Mm-hmm.
So when it came down to selecting the actress, Jessica Flux that's her name, Jessica Flux to be Barbie. What about her? Did you know automatically this is our Barbie?
So I have to say, I wasn't as familiar with her. I know you were a little bit more familiar with her, but we got so many submissions. And when she sent her initial video back, I mean, right away, I was like, she went above and beyond for sending her
she's got an
audition video back.
She has the look too.
She has the look.
She has the look. And we also didn't want the stereotypical skinny, Barbie doll looking Barbie. We wanted a more modern, updated, curvy woman to portray our Barbie. you know,
I just kept.
But to still have that personality and embrace that personality, have fun with it and everything. Another big part of it though was being able to do the physical stuff, because there's a lot of stunts and stuff that she's going to have to do that she probably has not done before. So we're going to train her quite a bit with fight choreography and some wire work and fights and falls, wrecks, learning. You know, we'll have a stunt double to her for some of the more high level stuff that we want to do, but in casting, not only did we send out sides for her to read for the part and send us a self-tape back, which she nailed. She
knocked it out of the park.
And she got it back to us quick, which shows us that she really wanted the part. But we also had everybody kind of do just a basic punch and kick, just so that myself and my fight choreographer can see what we have to work with, because everybody's they're not all local, so we're not bringing them in to run them through this stuff. So we have to kind of just see what we have. So I just did a basic punch and kick video, and she did good with that too. She has really good kicks. She's a dancer, so she's very flexible. She can kick real high, which is good. She can kick our deadites in the head if we want her to, and
love it.
Yeah. So
she has the look. She had that. She has
a dance background as well.
It was just it was the whole package.
When you do fight choreography, everything's on a beat. So everything dancers tend to understand. It's not like real fighting. Sometimes it's easier to take a dancer and make a film fighter out of them than it is to take a real fighter and break their real fighting habits so that they look good on film. If that makes sense. So, but yeah, she. Her personality, the video submission, like we had a good idea right away that she was the one, but we wanted to do our due diligence and see as many submissions as we could before we.
And we got some great ones. We really got some great ones, you know. But she kept we kept coming right back to her. We wanted her, yeah. And she's a perfect fit.
And she's like red hot right now in indie horror. I mean, she's pretty much in everything.
I know.
She's very much so, and that's people like working with her. That's a good sign, because it tells me that she's good to work with. She's fun to work with. She's easy to work with. However you want to put it, because if you're on set making trouble and you're not easy to work with, you don't get invited to keep working on these projects. You don't keep coming back. So.
She's also been promoting it more than anyone else. You know, besides us.
Even before we announced her, she was promoting.
She was promoting it before we even, confirmed her.
She's been awesome.
Yeah.
Now with the name Barbie, I see that you took the E off. Was that so that Mattel wouldn't come after you, or
they technically can't for the E?
they technically can. We did it almost as a courtesy, as a way of also kind of differentiating. That was another part of the thinking process in the crowdfunding was, okay, we were gonna parody Amityville, and that's why man, we should do Amityville Barbie. It like sounds awesome. And,
I love the sound of it, by the way.
And you have to tell him, usually he sends me these genius things, and I'm the more realistic. That's not gonna, I was be like, this is why this might not work, or I play devil's advocate. I went, that's a great idea. Right. He called me, he was like, you really think it's a good idea? If you didn't say anything negative.
She's the Barbie expert here. She's collects all the Barbies. That's her wheelhouse.
Thousands of Barbies. I am.
And the movie was out. This is the popular time for Barbie. I got a I Am Knuff shirt. She's got all the Barbie gear. We're sporting pink and I've always, a lot of the projects that I've worked on, I've always had strong female leads, and that's kind of stuff I grew up on. It's trendy now, but we grew up on that stuff with Terminator and Alien, and how many movies did we see with Princess Leia? Jesus, that was one of the strongest leads we all grew up on. So this is nothing new, but it's apparently now it's the cool, trendy thing to do. But so we knew
it was perfect.
Why don't we make Barbie like a kick-ass Buffy the Vampire Slayer type action hero, and and as that idea started rolling around and everything just started falling into place with the story, and we're like, wow, this is all it just all makes sense. She could do this, and we could totally pay homage to the old Buffy the Vampire show, which we both love
that show. Yes.
To Evil Dead with Sam Raimi, because this is going to be practical effects, over the top kind of goofiness, and then with doing a little bit of kung fu, Jackie Chan fight choreography comedy as well. So it was a way to kind of bring it all together. And who better than Barbie? The new age Barbie for 2024 to come in and kick an ass.
Take away that stereotypical. I mean, I know the Barbie movie did that too. It made her more of like a self-aware, individual, not
Absolutely.
so stereotypical.
And we both love the Barbie movie too. It was a great movie. So we're definitely drawing inspiration from that as well.
Now, are we going to see any? I would say Barbie kills. Like, are we going to see? I don't know. Maybe her run over someone with her pink Corvette.
Oh, funny you shall ask. Would you like us to introduce one of her main?
One of her props will break out.
Weapons.
Yes,
it turns into one of her weapons.
Yes, not necessarily her.
You mentioned, taking away the E, and is that because Mattel can't? We did look into a lot of copyright issues, what they can do. So this will be changed by 30%, but I'll show you before.
This is our Barbie
it is
brush.
a larger than life, because every Barbie doll comes with a brush.
Yes.
So that was my idea. I said, what could be her, her big weapon? Well, every single Barbie doll comes with a brush. So,
and that was one of the ideas when we started in Jackie Chan fashion. Again, that was, the idea is this is Barbie, so she would naturally have like Barbie stuff that she is fighting, especially in the scenario that we put her in originally. Now, she's a demon hunter secretly, but that stuff isn't readily available right away. So there's a lot of fighting with stuff that she can get her hands on, like her brush that's always handy,
and some other ones. But we had 3 of these made. These are an exact replica. Oversized from Mattel's Barbie brush, so we're gonna have to change it by 30%.
Gotta modify it. Shout out to prop maker Keith Murphy though. Yes. He did these 3D printed. Went and hunted down the design.
I was dead set on this. I was like, you guys,
so fucking awesome, badass.
And he made us 3 of them, so we have a couple we can break on set and still have one that is available as a backer perk. You can own one of the screen-used Barbie brushes from Amityville.
That'd be a fun fucking perk.
There'll be a seal on it, and
it'll be modified. Maddie's going to modify it, and she'll make it, like I said, 30% different. The whole Mattel lawsuit thing, we looked into that really well, as much as you don't have to go very far these days on the internet to learn that they've lost almost every lawsuit that they've tried to wage against an artist who has claimed parody as fair use for their products. And a lot of these times it's people actually using Barbie dolls or using actual products, like the Aqua video that, literally was all kinds of Barbie stuff in there. And that was the biggest one. Mattel tried to sue them, and they claimed fair use parody, and I
don't think they had actual dolls. It was just them dressed.
No, it was dressed as the dolls, and they were using they were talking about the dolls.
Aqua won that.
Right, Aqua won the suit. Mattel hasn't. I don't think Mattel's won one suit if it's a parody situation, and ours is obviously a parody situation because it's
we are not using any real Mattel or Barbie products.
Right. So
not the font or anything. So
that was why we changed the font. We took the E off. They don't own Pink and they don't own the name, but out of courtesy, we don't want to poke the bear,
Yes, we don't.
But we want to have fun, and we want to take our Barbie in a fun direction. So we're not doing any nudity or anything like that. It's R-rated, but that's strictly because we're doing blood and practical special effects and violence. There's not going to be any nudity. Scantily clad women, of course, it's a Barbie movie, but I mean, we're not. There's been a lot of people that see the poster, the AI poster, the promo that we did, and they're like, "Oh, this looks like a porn parody," and I'm just like, really? Because I guess there's never been a scantily, and we've asked them, why do you get that impression? Oh, there's scantily clad women on the cover. Yeah, because there's never been a scantily clad woman on the cover of a horror movie poster ever before this.
More dressed than a bikini.
She's holding a shotgun, and she's holding a shotgun with a bloody brush. So, like, I never
saw that's when she's in the dress. We have an AI cover too, where she's holding a bloody bat. Somebody just
made it. Yeah.
One of I've seen that. Okay. And it was kind of our promo for Jessa to announce Jessa, but he kind of put together a bunch of these, and it was just AI stuff that We did pay an artist for a real poster, but we can't afford to keep cranking out commissioned work. So we have a producer that does a lot of digital work, and he works with a lot of that stuff. So he made a couple posters and promos for us, and I was like, really, that's what y'all get from this porn promo parody? That's, come on, man.
You gotta pay them no mind.
God, how many horror movies have a woman in a bikini on the poster?
Every slap.
And I'm pretty sure that there is a porn parody for somebody who wanted to watch it. I'm pretty sure that's out there to find. Yes.
Yeah, but this clearly says horror parody.
Yes, exactly.
So
now Barbie has always had an iconic house. Now, when it came to selecting her house, what were you looking to do?
Well, that kind of played into the Amityville
aspect of it.
That was like one of the things that actually works with the Amityville, working Amityville into this, because the majority of the movie, the meat of the movie takes place at a housewarming barbecue, because she has been forced to move from her dream house, which got blown up on accident. Because Ken wasn't following the directions when he put the new grill together. So,
and that's our opening.
It's not necessarily. It's not our opening scene, but that's right. So that kind of explains why.
No, our opening scene is great. We won't.
Our opening scene's a fight scene. We'll leave with that, and that's what we'll leave with that. But then we find out why Barbie has to move and what puts her into Amityville in the first place. So she's out of her dream house element. I mean, the big thing here with it is that this is all like a secret. Not even Kent knows. Kent, we call him, that she's doing this stuff. Like she's a demon slayer. Yeah. The way we have her set up in this universe, she's like an actress and a model, and she's famous, and she does movies and all that stuff. So when she comes home covered in blood, she's just like, "Oh, I was on set all night, honey. I was out. We were training. I'm a little roughed up." So that's always been her alibi. So she's been able to manage to keep the two worlds separate, but when she gets to the Amityville house,
all hell breaks loose. Let's just say that.
Yeah, that's when everybody and there's friends and family, and we see some of the other Barbies and some of the other celebrity parodies who we have involved that that we work in here. And evil comes to the party.
Yes, in all different forms.
I'm definitely looking forward to this. And I'm loving that you guys are deciding to use practical effects. Like, I grew up in the 80s. I'm a practical effects when it comes to my horror. And I'm sad that, the horror genre, like most genres, are going towards that CGI.
Yeah.
And, it has its place, but I don't feel like CGI belongs in horror for the most part.
No, I agree. I think, unless it's something that you can't accomplish.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, there's stuff that you can't accomplish physically. But I've also seen some of the newer stuff where they have done enhanced practical effects with some digital add-ons to it. That has worked pretty well. I've seen hit or miss. So I won't say that I completely hate the use of CGI, because I think, like you said, there's a place for it. But in horror movies, you definitely want practical. I mean, that's always going to be a better sell, especially if you're doing like blood and slasher stuff. That digital blood looks horrible. Pay a special effects artist. There's plenty of other digital effects that can go in besides your blood and gore effects and stuff like that. That kind of stuff should always be practical. If there's stuff,
I once agree.
Yeah, if you want to find a way to enhance it tastefully, I'm down with that if it looks good. But the foundation should always be practical when it comes to blood. Yeah. And
that was never a question in our head. we know enough people who are like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I have plenty of friends who are special effects artists. We've worked with a bunch, and the one who we are working with on this, we'll probably have a couple, but our special effects head she's amazing. She's
Isabel Isau.
Yeah, she's done a bunch of stuff now. We've worked with her a few times, and we pitched a couple of our kill pieces, we'll call them, and she was like, "Oh, I'd love to do that."
Yeah, so she's working on some.
We're trying to do some stuff people haven't seen before. Again, working in parts of the action aspect into the gore as well. So, we'll see how it works out. But she's game for it all, which is great, and she has some awesome ideas.
Yeah.
Nice. Now, Steph, I'm a huge Funko Pop collector, so I have probably 1,000 Funko Pops. I have a whole storage unit filled with them, autographed and all that kind of stuff. And you're a Barbie collector. So how amazing is it to be, a Barbie collector, and you're like, wow, I'm actually making a fucking movie about something that I love to collect.
Oh, well, I am a doll collector in general. I got creepy dolls, but Barbie is, I had thousands of Barbies. I know, my kid plays with all my Barbies because I kept them in pristine, condition. So doing a Barbie, that's why I think I was more excited to do it. He was like, we're making a Barbie movie. And I just started blurting out everything that we should do and all these ideas. And it's kind of like surreal. I think when we actually do it, now it's all fun with the ideas and the writing and using my my life from, growing up in the 80s, 90s and seeing the progression and of Barbie to now Barbie being again like the biggest movie, and now we're doing a horror parody. It's kind of like, is this real? I think when we finally do it and get it all together, I'm going to be like pinching myself because it seems silly, but Barbie is it's comfort to me, so is horror. So I got horror and Barbie together. It's kind of like it's my dream come true.
Well, I think, and they pretty much put Barbie in every outfit except like Demon Slayer's outfit. So
yeah,
I guess, it's about time that we did Demon Slayer Barbie, right?
Literally.
I know.
They've had her in all the other occupations, and we're just empowering her even further now.
Exactly.
Kick ass.
Yeah, she's done everything. But now we have to, we got to give her one more job.
Yes. Now, what are some great perks? What are some of the perks, by the way? Like, I'm about to go into your Indiegogo after this.
Yeah, so we got, the very basic thing is the $10 special thanks credit in the movie. So the very bottom line, cheapest thing, and if you just wanted to throw a little something, you throw $10 in the pot, and you get your name in the credits at the end of the movie. You get your name on the IMDb page, and we do a little shout out, thank you on social media. For $15, you get a digital download of the movie when it's done as well. And all the special thank yous. So everything from there on up, you're automatically getting a thank you in the credits and on IMDb. So you're getting your name in the movie no matter which perk you get.
It progresses as they go on.
And we've got physical perks like T-shirts. We have the Deadsville T-shirts that Steph is wearing that are available now. So if you order something like that we can ship out
within the next month. Yeah,
they'll be going out pretty soon.
Yeah, we
have T-shirts with the Amityville Barbie kind of comic book art poster on there, drawn by Alex Asaf, the one with the brush and the homage to Army of Darkness. And those T-shirts, once the crowdfunding is done and we know how many of each size we need, that'll be a special order thing. So they'll be shipped after that. But they're available through the crowdfunding. There's Blu-rays. There's cast signs, scripts and posters. There's a bundle that has a T-shirt, DVD, and a cast signed script in it.
We have a product placement one. If you have a business or
product placement, we did song in the movie. We have a soundtrack we're putting together now because we come from the musical world, so we have a lot of bands we're friends with, and now we have had a bunch of them support. They jump in now and do $100 backing of the movie to get their song in the movie, and then when we make the physical CDs, we're going to give back to them because making money in music ain't easy. We know musicians don't have much money to begin with, so we're going to return the favor. We're going to send them, a stack of free CDs that they can go sell and make their money back from, off the soundtrack. So it's more like an investment, or they'll see a return at least on their investment at some point.
A couple of them sold out, like the picture in the movie sold out. We do have the quick product placement. There's associate producer.
Yeah, we've got producer credits, that kind of stuff. We also have wrap party tickets.
So if you're local or willing to travel to Delaware, to the bar that we're going to do our wrap party, to be, determine when that actually is, but it'll be with the whole cast. And
it'll be a Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah.
in the afternoon or night, most likely, and everybody will get together, and it'll be at Bar 13 in Delaware, where we're also shooting one of the scenes for the movie.
Oh, I know Bar 13, not that far from me. Yes.
Oh, awesome! Great, yeah. So we're doing.
That's our home away from home.
Yeah, we do all of our events there. Slasher Fest coming up, our live event. But they backed the project, and they were kind enough to offer the bar for the rap party, and then we were just there a couple weeks ago. He's like, "Hey, if you want to shoot any scenes in here, you feel free." And we're like, "Man, we got bar fight. We could totally shoot it." That's great.
Now I'm a collector, like some watchers. Would it be any screen props?
Well, yes, and good timing to ask, because
I showed you the brush, so there's one of those available.
But we'll bring Maddie Morningstar in now behind us, our prop master and prop maker on the.
So one of the props is.
So we've been teasing it, and we put some concept art out there, and I think we maybe put out 1 or 2 pictures of the progress. But one of the main props in the movie is the Necronomicon, the compact of the dead. And here it is. Maddie has been hard at work.
Not done yet, but I just got the sculpture done, and it's ready for paint. So it's kind of hard to see the details, but we got the Necronomicon face on the front of it, and on the back we have the skin, and I'll be adding stitches in all of these grooves here, so it'll have like a stitched skin kind of effect. And it still functions and opens and everything like that. It's still compact completely. So
yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So one of those will be available.
She's hand making 2.
Yes.
And one of them will be available. It's available right now, actually, as one of the props that you can screen use props signed by Barbie, most likely, if you wish. And that's one of the brush. What else do we have that we were prop wise? One of the other things that we're going to do is adopt an actor perk, where you will be able to pick an actor, and this will be one available for each actor. Obviously, we're not going to have our actors doing this for 10 or 20 people. It'd be very limited. So each actor will have one adopt an actor perk available, but you will get. The thank yous, all that kind of stuff, some of the physical stuff, but you'll also get like cameo videos from the actor while on set. You will get, signed, a piece of signed wardrobe from them that they wear on set, because we'll have multiple wardrobes, and they will do a behind the scenes video of them actually wearing the wardrobe and shooting the scene that you will get.
Looks like a blood splatter.
Yeah, and all personalized too. So the actor or actress will, just talking to you like they're sending you a cameo, similar to the cameo videos. But yeah, just kind of send you a couple of videos here and there as we're going through shooting, behind the scenes stuff, just exclusive personalized stuff just for that person who grabs the perk. So, and it could be a shoe or shirt or a skirt or who knows.
Yeah, we don't even know yet.
We don't know what it'll be.
we gotta get our wardrobe.
But we'll make it something cool.
See, these are some great perks, guys. Listen, everybody, please get over to the end. I know the horror realm. We're going to be going over there and grabbing a perk as well. Now,
thank you.
By the way, before we wrap up, Ronan, I was watching you on Facebook Live. I want to say a day or 2 ago, and you were ranting about
the Jason.
Fuck the Friday the 13th series or universe or whatever with that. Why do you think that's such a bad idea? Yes. Why do you think that's such a bad idea? I'm not disagreeing.
I disagreed with.
Okay.
Remember with the was it the game thing?
Well, yeah. I'll say why. So, at first, when they first announced that, I was like, okay, finally, we're getting some more Jason Voorhees. The rights are finally settled, and all this mess that it has been over the however long, however decades it's been since we've been able to have, somebody to say, yeah, I own the rights to Friday the 13th, Jason Voorhees, let's make a movie. So this Jason Universe thing's come out, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, all right, it's kind of lazy design, but it's Jason, I'm probably in. Let me go see what this is about. So at first I was in, I was like, cool. And then as I dug deeper and started to look and read more about it, I got a bunch of red flags at first, especially when the story first hit, it was like, yeah, Horror Inc. and the original writer are coming together to provide new activations. Hold on, I got to make sure I got both quotes. Activations for Friday the 13th and Jason Voorhees, the IP, and I'm like, what the fuck are activations? What's an activation?
Cash grabs. Cash grabs.
Yeah, exactly. I just want a movie, motherfucker. What the fuck is an act? Nobody wants an activation. What the hell is that? So I'm digging deeper, and I'm like, okay. And then I'm reading some other stuff, and I'm doing some research, and I'm like, okay. So they put this stuff out, and the very first day that they put it out there, this is what the very first clue. If you went to Jason Universe on Instagram, it was following one other profile, and that was Fortnite. And I was like, you dirty MFers. This is going to be because the Michael Myers skin, apparently, I don't play Fortnite, but apparently there's a Michael Myers skin and everybody buys it because this is, real money for virtual in-game fairy dust, a skin that they can make that costs them no money to make, that everybody buys in these in-game purchase free-to-play games. That's the new cash grab right now. That's what the kids all want, and that's what, when we dug in and I was like, man, they're saying a whole lot of nothing here. They intentionally avoided the word movie to ever be said in any of the articles. I was like, there's not one mention of a movie here anywhere. All they keep talking about is merchandise. We already have plenty of merchandise. I can go get NECA Jason figures out the ass. I can get any kind of Jason t-shirt I want anywhere. I don't need you to give me merchandise. I need you to give me a movie. So I started, the frustration was building, but I was like, well, let's wait and see if anything else comes of it. And like another week goes by, and sure enough, I start seeing these little cartoon digital drawings of Jason popping up. And then next thing I know, it's like Multiverses Jason skin. Oh, what do you know? And that's the next thing it's following is this game Multiverses, which is like a WB IP free to play Street Fighter type game for the kids. And it's full of Shaggy, Scooby, all those like kid-friendly cartoons, and now they got a Jason skin, and he jumps around like a cartoon character with a machete, but there's no blood, and he's got like yellow animation flash around him and stuff, and you're just like, oh my God. I wouldn't hate it so much if it wasn't just such an outright blatant cash grab, because you're not doing anything to give them a movie to back it up. Like,
that's what I was arguing. I said, well, I know a lot of kids, it might get them to enjoy Jason to then watch the movies like these other ones. However, you made a good point. You were like, there was a recent Michael Myers. There's a Chucky series. These kids have something newer to watch, and there's nothing with Jason
like that for Jason.
So will they go back and watch the old ones? Maybe, but yeah, they would want to.
But they're going to go watch the old ones and be like, "Oh, this is
Jason." But Jason was already put into video games like 2 years ago. He was in the last Mortal Kombat game as a kid.
Agreed. No, and I know.
And they had an online Jason game.
And he had his game. No, and I agree. And that's when I think these guys realized that they could make money in gaming. Mm-hmm. And apparently, I mean, there might be an actual Friday the 13th game being developed again, but it just seems like
you just want a movie.
No, it's not even just that, because there were other parts. Again, I went and I looked at some other articles when I was live the other day. I wound up finding another article by the guy who played Shelley in Friday the 13th 3. He's now an entertainment lawyer, so he posts on his entertainment entertainment law blog all the time about the problems that Friday the 13th has. And when all the stuff settled in 2021, like recently he just came out and he said, don't expect a movie anytime soon. The problem is that like New Line Cinema owns the rights to any kind of theatrical release still. And they're not willing to partner with Horror Inc. and with the original writer of the screenplay. And they're not willing, everybody's too greedy, and nobody wants to work together so that they can actually put out a film in the theaters. So he's like, man, it could never happen. And that's why when they post all this stuff about like Jason Universe and stuff, I'm like, look, I love Jason. I have him tattooed here on my forearm. I am a huge Jason fan, and I love and I wouldn't hate the game as much. I wouldn't hate the idea of the skins and all this other stuff as much if you were backing it up with a movie. It's just that, and even with the A24 series now, a couple of weeks before all this other stuff came out, they were like, "Oh, A24 series was canceled," and then the next day it was like, "Oh no, it's back on, but the showrunner left." And then the stuff about Jason Universe came out shortly after that, and then it started to make sense when I put together all the stuff about there not being a Jason movie coming. Mm-hmm. Like that showrunner left because he was there to make a show about Pamela Voorhees, a prequel that had nothing to do with Jason. I guarantee you that because the executive producer on the show is the vice president of Horror Inc. Mm-hmm. They want a property with Jason in it because they realize there's not a movie coming, mm-hmm. and that this show is their only tie to Jason. And if they're going to put all these skins out there and try and get all this money for nothing off of these digital downloads and stuff, that they need to have some kind of IP, theatrical or television streaming presence with the character. So it made total sense at that point. And I was like, wow, this is all like, it's crazy how greed is just ruining one of the greatest horror slasher franchises ever. It's just,
it is definitely a cash grab. And don't get me into like greed in the horror community, because don't get me into the whole Winnie the Pooh shit. Please.
Oh, God.
No.
Well, that was what triggered me too, because I saw, okay, so
if these guys can make money, like, get that much.
Well, no, not just that, Winnie the Pooh too, and all of a sudden they're like, yeah, we're making a Poohniverse.
Poohniverse, and
like, then 2 weeks later we get the Jason Universe, and I'm just like, man, really, like, that is just so bad. Why would you even call it that?
And I'm like, are horror fans that dumb? I'm like, are we that dumb? Like, are we going to like?
I didn't think so.
I didn't think so either. But I was like, Poohniverse, and then I saw that the Winnie the Pooh first movie, it got made millions of dollars. So I was like, okay, listen, I was one of those dumbasses who, because I was supporting an indie horror film, and I went to see it, and I was like, this was a complete piece of shit cash grab. And then they made a part 2, and horror fans flocked to see that movie. I think the movie made like something ridiculous.
Did the second one come out and make a ton already? Because I remember
it made a ton, and I remember I seen horror fans all over Facebook. Oh my God, this is the greatest thing ever. Ticker was so amazing. This and that, blah blah. And I'm like, and I can't wait to see the Peter Pan one. And I'm like, oh my goodness, like has the
do they like laugh?
No, but they're serious. But I'm like, has horror fans
lost their
mind?
Never mind. I know.
Well, it's funny.
I'm gonna lose subscribers. Yeah.
After the first one, we were like, okay, maybe they did that. In the second one, they're actually going to put a little bit of money in because they made some money. Like, we can respect that. Mm-hmm. And you watch it, and you're like, don't. Well,
I saw like a clip, and the CGI Tigger tail was so bad. I was like, wow, that looks.
So I won't even watch.
Yikes!
And I'm just like, for me, it's like when I grew up in the 80s, the golden age of horror. I'm like, oh my goodness, has the horror fans' taste in horror movies or expectations like significantly dropped? Like, I'm confused.
Believe me, dude, how did that Five Nights at Freddy's movie make so much damn money? And people were talking about it was good. Like, I get how it made the money.
No, I get how it made the money.
Because it's Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh yeah.
Everybody that walked out of that movie was like, that was awesome. You're a liar. Okay, I'm sorry. That movie was terrible. It was so boring. I was like, dude,
sleeping the whole time.
I just spent an hour and a half watching a dude sleep.
I don't get it. Like, I don't trust horror fans' opinions on horror movies anymore. I really don't.
No, I know, I don't. And then they missed some good ones. And then I watched some, and I'm like, man, people said this was terrible, and this was actually pretty good. I actually enjoyed some of these.
I know.
Like,
it's very so. Yeah.
There's been some really
what. But the one that I watched, I said I fucking enjoy, and horror fans said this is the horror most. Saltburn. Have you watched Saltburn?
I've heard good. No, wait, that's what the bathtub.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't watch it. Yeah. That weird, like, rich people orgy, freaky deaky John.
No, I was like, I'm not watching that. Liked it. I know
so fucking good, but horror fans are like, oh, this movie is not that great, and blah 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 blah. Because it's not wall to wall gore. A horror movie doesn't have to have. I think one of the greatest horror movies ever, two of the greatest horror movies ever made had no fucking blood in it. Halloween, 1978, and the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. There was absolutely no blood.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
Yeah, they couldn't. But
you don't need tons of blood to have a good horror movie.
No, exactly. I mean, there's plenty of supernatural horror movies that'll scare the shit out of you without a drop of blood in them too.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not. There's all. I mean, it's just a type of horror. You know, it depends on the type of horror.
Yes.
Yeah.
Slashers need blood, though.
100% need blood. 100% need blood. Okay, I'm going to shoot over Steph. Steph, where can everyone find you?
Oh, I am Steph Infection on Facebook. I am at Steph Infection Official on Instagram. I also run our Deadsville Productions page, Deadsville Studios page. So you can find me mostly on Facebook. I post and share mostly on that. So.
Love it. Mm-hmm. And Ronan.
I'm Deadsville Ronan on Facebook. I run Dickie Devil's page, Deadsville Rock and Roll Mysteries page is there. Mm-hmm. I'm on Instagram as Deadsville Ronan. YouTube, it's Deadsville13, at Deadsville13. Mm-hmm. We also have like a Kick and a Twitch that I go live on. Mm-hmm. It's Deadsville Horror Talk. You can find it there.
We also have an Amityville Barbie
the movie fan page on Facebook. And of course the Indiegogo page, which you have linked below. So
most important at the moment. Yes.
And on IMDb, you can find me as Jay Green, JAEGREENE. If you want to see some of the movies you might have seen me die in and not even realize it. A lot of people have seen me die and don't even know it. You won't even recognize me. I do often get like, oh, do I know you have a familiar face? And I'm like, yeah, you probably seen me get my ass kicked before.
Yep.
By the way, are we going to see any other 80s or like iconic action figures, horror parodies from your team? I mean, how about He-Man? How about
we have somebody making an appearance in our movie.
We have, I mean,
somewhat of it.
You'll know because we're going to cast for them soon, but we have a couple parodies that are appearing in Amityville Barbie. We have Tony Octane, who we've already announced. He's a parody of Vin Diesel. But more in the realm of Barbies, we are going to have a G.I. Joe. Because the G.I. Joe dolls, the originals, he's got to have a beard and the buzz haircut like the originals. Yes. So, they were the same size as the Barbies. And, he's going to, move in and try and make time with Ken's girl. So we'll see how that goes.
The more you know.
Which Barbie should have hooked up with G.I. Joe in the first place? Because Ken seemed like a pussy.
Right?
No, exactly, right?
Yeah, he starts out that way in our movie too, but how he does as the movie goes on. You might have some.
Right. Well, everybody, listen, get over and follow them on social media. Also, get that in the description and support their Indiegogo. And look out for Amityville Barbie.
Yes.
2025, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
We're hoping, we should be able to do 2025. That is the plan. If we get it shot this year, we'll have it out next year.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Listen, guys, it's been a blast having you on.
Thank you, Travis.
You're welcome. And I'm going to get some shit from the Baltimoreans. Let's say it together. Go Birds!
Yeah, go Birds!
Thanks, Travis, so much. Man.
All right, everyone. Thank you for coming into the Horror Room. I'm Travis Bruce. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.